Lady Slipper Stake 2-year-old fillies, grassroots division for $8,550. 7 of them. They're moving in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Next in line, Too Much for You. Little Reese's Pieces. Woodmere Heather M. Improvise. Royale Zaldi. Run for the Money, top of the stretch. Approaching a start. The rough and pacing Improvised is leaving out. Next in line at the rail between horses Too Much for You into the turn. Woodmere Heather M coming 3 wide in 4th. At the rail in 5th, Little Reese's Pieces. On the turn 6 is Royale Jolly, and on the outside Run for the Money trails. Improvised quickly by 4 for Dale Spence. Racing second and moving up on the outside. That is Too Much for You. In at the rail, next in line, 3rd, and Too Much for You. Gonna keep coming here with Dowling. Oh, the little brouhaha on a Sunday afternoon here in Summerside. Improvise the leader off at 29 3/4 mile. Now second is Too Much for You off the leader's 3rd. Next in line, racing 4th, that's Little Reese's Pieces. Then in 5th, as they move down the stretch, approaching the opening half mile, is Woodmere Heather M. Royale's Alley underway 6th, trailing 7th. Run for the Money, they're halfway home. Improvise the midway point leader at long odds in 60 seconds flat. Racing second and moving out is Too Much for You up the rail 3rd. That's next in line. Little Reese's Pieces on the outside 4th. At the rail is Woodmere Heather M 5th. Royale's Alley on the outside 6th, trailing the field. That's Run for the Money. New leader going to 3/4. Too Much for You has taken over. On the outside up second is next in line. Improvise back to 3rd. 3/4 in 1:30 4 as they round the turn for the final time. The leader at 7/8. Too Much for You. On the outside, here's a long shot. Next in line is second. Back into 3rd, Little Reese's Pieces as they land on the finish line next. Too Much for You will double up Dowling. Second will go to next in line, and Little Reese's Pieces 3rd. Time for the mile was 2 minutes, 3/5.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for the afternoon's 10th race. Lady Slipper Stake, 2-year-old fillies in the grassroots division. Improvised and Dale Spence, they insisted on leading it 29 3. They were down to the half in a minute. 3/4 in 1:30 4. Too Much for You was too much for the rest of them here this afternoon as she wins this in 2 minutes and 3/5. That is a maiden record for this 2-year-old filly by Malicious. David Dowling goes back-to-back, as does trainer Earl Watts. Next in line race great today. 2-year-old filly by Pang Shui for Jason Hughes and the Quins in for second. Little Reese's Pieces in there for 3rd. And Royaz Ali is 4th. So 2-1-3-6 unofficially in the afternoon's 10th race. And we'll see Too Much for You in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle next.
Trainer Watts Driver Dowling go back-to-back here in stakes competition on this Sunday afternoon in Summerside. This time, Too Much For You will take him into the 10th race winner's circle, bay-pacing filly. 2 by Militias off the Badlands Hanover Dam, Troxel Hanover. Owned by Windermere Farms, River Valley Management, Hollis Newson and Clive Balderson. Filly bred by River Valley Management and Windermere Farms. Earl Watch with that training double and David Dowling with the driving double, and the filly will pace to a maiden record of 2 minutes and 3/5. Too Much For You in the Lady Slipper.